In today's video, we are going to explain how you can calculate the area of unusual-looking shapes, such as the three examples shown. The main issue with these types of shapes is that unlike standard shapes like rectangles or triangles, they do not have dedicated formulas. Therefore, in order to determine their areas, we must break them down into smaller components for which we already know the area formulas. To briefly summarize the essential area formulas you need to be familiar with, there are four key ones. These include the formula for rectangles, the formula for parallelograms, the formula for triangles, and the formula for trapeziums. So whenever you are given a complex or unfamiliar shape, the objective is to divide it into a combination of these four standard shapes for which we already possess formulas. It is also worth mentioning that these four basic shapes are often referred to as simple shapes because we have clear and direct formulas to calculate their areas. On the other hand, the more intricate shapes that we are focusing on in this lesson are commonly known as compound shapes or composite shapes because they consist of two or more simple shapes. Let us begin by analyzing the shape shown in the middle and assigning some measurements so we can work through the problem. The first observation to make is that by drawing a horizontal line across the top portion, we can split this irregular shape into a rectangle at the base and a triangle above it. Once we have done this, all we need to do is calculate the area of each part and then sum them together to find the total area. Starting with the rectangle, we will use the formula length multiplied by width. In our specific example, the length is 5 centimeters and the width is 4 centimeters. So we perform the multiplication of 5 and 4, which results in 20 square centimeters. Next, we turn our attention to the triangle at the top. For this, we use the formula 1/2 multiplied by the base multiplied by the height. The base in this case is 5 centimeters as it matches the base length of the entire shape. However, we are not directly given the height of the triangle, so we must determine it ourselves. We do know that the height of the entire figure is 7 centimeters and the rectangle accounts for 4 centimeters of that height. Therefore, the remaining height, which belongs to the triangle, is the difference between 7 centimeters and 4 centimeters, which we calculate as 7 minus 4 equaling 3 centimeters. Now that we know both the base and the height of the triangle, we can use the formula 1/2 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 3, which gives us 7.5 square centimeters. Finally, to obtain the total area of the shape, we simply add the two areas together, that is 20 plus 7.5, which gives us a total of 27.5 square centimeters. Now, let us examine the next example. In this case, you might notice that the top portion of the shape sticks out slightly. To simplify our calculations, we can slice off this part by drawing a horizontal line across, and as a result, we are left with a large rectangle at the bottom and a small trapezium sitting on top. To compute the area of the rectangle, we once again use the formula length multiplied by width. In this scenario, we have a length of 15 and a width of 12, so we multiply 15 by 12 to obtain 180 square centimeters. For the trapezium, we use the formula that involves finding the average of the two parallel sides labeled A and B, and then multiplying that average by the height. Specifically, the formula is a plus b divided by 2, and then that result is multiplied by the height. In our example, the top and bottom lengths of the trapezium are 4 and 6 respectively. So we add 4 and 6, which gives 10, then we divide 10 by 2, which equals 5, and finally we multiply 5 by the height, which is 5, resulting in an area of 25 square centimeters. To finish the calculation, we add the area of the rectangle and the trapezium together, that is 180 plus 25, which gives a total area of 205 square centimeters, and that is our complete solution. We hope this explanation made everything clear and helpful for your understanding.